Hi guys, so I'm going to go over the Kahoot, and actually I based the Kahoot off this worksheet. So I'm going to go over the problems that people miss the most. So starting off with problem number 3. So if we look at this exponent 2, notice how it's attached to the parentheses. And when I'm talking about attached, I'm saying it's right above the parentheses. So I know that the only thing that's going to get expanded is everything inside the parentheses. This -4 right here up in the front is not affected by that power of 2. So let's go ahead and expand it. So this would look like -4 times, and this is where my exponent comes into play, a times a. And remember, I can drop the parentheses because the parentheses mean the same thing as multiplication. Now I can go ahead and rearrange, but it's already rearranged for me, so now I just multiply. So this is equal to -4 a to the power of 2. And there we go. So around a third of people miss that one. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this one right here. So we see two sets of exponents. We see this exponent here, and we see this exponent here. So the pink exponent, that pink exponent only applies to the b because it is attached to the b. So I would expand that as 3 times b times b. Now, the exponent in green tells me I'm going to have 2 of everything inside the parentheses. So I need 1 and 2. So I'm going to go ahead and repeat what I had inside. And now I'm going to rearrange. So 3 times 3 times b times b times b times b. My last step is to multiply. So 3 times 3 is 9, and I have 4b, so b to the power of 4. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. So this exponent here, what is it attached to? Go ahead and pause the video, try to do it on your own. Okay, so it's attached to everything inside the parentheses. So I'm going to have, oops, sorry about that. I'm going to have -2b, -2b. So there's my expand. Let's go ahead and rearrange. So bring my numbers to the front. -2 times -2 times b times b. Now I'm going to go ahead and multiply. -2 times -2, that's +4, b to the power of 2. Okay, let's see. Number 6 was one of the most missed ones, and this is actually, once again, one of the trickier ones because I have 2 exponents here. So let's go ahead and ask ourselves first, what is this exponent of 2 attached to? Go ahead and pause the video. All right, so what is it attached to? Well, it's only attached to the a, not to that negative. So I would expand this as negative. Remember, there's an invisible 1. So -1 times a times a. Now, this exponent of 3, this power of 3, tells me I'm going to have 3 of those parentheses with everything else the same inside. So -1 times a times a, -1 times a times a. Now that I have expanded, let's go ahead and rearrange. Bring our numbers to the front, and then our variables. All right, negative times negative is positive, so I get +1 times another -1 is negative. So this is going to be -1, a, and I have 6 a's. I could also write this as -a to the power of 6. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and skip number 7 because it's similar to this. Just look at where those exponents are attached. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next very missed question was number 9. And this one was asking you, what is this exponent attached to? A lot of you guys said it was attached to just what? Well, I was gonna say the answer, but I want you to pause the video and think to yourselves, what is that exponent attached to? Okay, do you know what it's attached to now? It's only attached to this W, only to the W. So if I were to expand this, this would look like, don't forget your invisible -1, -1 times W times W, parentheses, okay. I have this -2 right here in the front. Some of you might think that this 2 is also attached to this -2, but that is not the case. This 2 in the parentheses in pink is only attached to the parentheses. So this -2 here stays by itself, and I need another parentheses. So -1 times W times W. Okay, so that's my expand. Let's go ahead and rearrange it. Bring our numbers to the front, and then our variables. Okay, so once again, a negative times a negative is positive. So -2 times -1 is +2. +2 times -1 is -2. And then I have 4 W's. So W to the power of 4. All right, so that's number 9. Let's go ahead and now and skip to number 11. 11 was the next one that was missed a lot. So once again, this exponent is attached to the parentheses, so I'm going to have everything that's inside the parentheses twice. So I have 2, 3a, 3a. It is not attached to this 2 at the beginning. This one is not attached to the 2 at the beginning. So let's go ahead and rearrange. So 2 times 3 times 3 times a times a. So when I multiply, this is going to be 2 times 3, which is 6. 6 times 3 is 18, a to the power of 2. Okay. Now, the last one that was missed a lot was number 12. And that's because it contained probably fractions. So you already know, what is this exponent here attached to? It's attached to everything inside this parentheses. So I'm going to have 2 parentheses and 1/3 D, 1/3 D. Okay, let's go ahead and rearrange. Bring our numbers to the front, and then our variables. So 1/3 times 1/3. 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. So 1/9, and then I have 2 D's. Okay. So basically almost did all of them, but it's up to you if you have more questions. I am going to have a Zoom call for today at for 8th graders, it is at 1 p.m. So if you need more help for your quiz tomorrow, just let me know and I'll help you guys out. Okay, I hope you're having an awesome Thursday, and I'll see you guys soon.